Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to an episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we got another college basketball slate to break down. We've got 7 plays for you guys. But before we get into the recap and before we get into the video, give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel down below. We are at 277 subscribers, I think, from the start of this video. So we're trying to continue to push that 300 for right now, and then keep going from there. And let me know in the comment section below who your favorite play in college basketball is for today. All right, let's go to a recap of yesterday. We had a decent amount of volume, and we did pretty well. We went 8-5 yesterday. Our losses came from Marquette. They were winning for a little bit, and then they went to overtime, and then that's when they went to die. Georgia +5. They just didn't really play that well. East Carolina, they came 1 point short. They fouled at the end, and UCF hit a free throw to make it a 7-point game for them to cover. So that was kind of a tough beat, but not really. East Carolina was not really the right side for that match. UCF was up 19 points at one time, and ECU brought it back to a 3-point game. We also got a loss with DePaul, which never really showed up, and the same with the UIW. We did get wins from JMU. They went out and they dominated Towson. St. Francis got us the win. Kent barely covered for us. Kent State -4.5. They won by 5 points. Penn State, they were winning for some part of that game. They were 100% the right side the whole time. Wake Forest, they were not the right side, but we got lucky at the end that they hit a couple shots and backdoor covered to cash that +8. Washington State +14. They lost by 12. I ended up at the time where I went and bet it was +16 later in the day. So a lot of money came on the opposite side for Colorado, and Washington State got the money. Clemson -1. That was our top play of the day yesterday, and they got it done. And then Utah State took care of business, winning by 9 points. All right, let's get into today's slate. All right, and we're going to get it started here with a matchup in the Big Ten. We have the Michigan State Spartans taking on the Rucker Knights. 3-point spread, -160 for Rutgers, +140 for MSU. Michigan State coming in 8-4, 2-4 in Big Ten play, coming off of a loss versus Purdue. Rutgers coming in 8-6, 4-6 in Big Ten play, coming off of a win versus Indiana. And looking at this game, I don't know if the right team is favored. I like Michigan State for this matchup. I think they're the overall better team. I can't speak. My model has Michigan State winning by 2.8 points here, so we're getting 5.8 points of value on this line with the Spartans of Michigan State. Next, we have a matchup in the Big Ten as the Horned Frogs of TCU head to Kansas to play the Jayhawks. It's a 14.5-point spread, -1,400 for Kansas, +825 for TCU. TCU coming in 9-5, 2-4 in the Big 12, coming in on a 3-game losing streak versus Oklahoma, Baylor, and Kansas. Kansas coming in 10-5, 4-4 in the Big 12, also on a 3-game losing streak, also versus Oklahoma, also versus Baylor, but they also lost to Oklahoma State. Looking at this game, I think that there's one clear answer. I think Kansas is absolutely the way better team. This could easily be a 20-point game. My model has Kansas winning by 20.6 points. So we're taking the Jayhawks here, -14.5 versus the Horned Frogs of TCU. Next, we have a matchup in the Ohio Valley Conference as we have SIU Edwardsville taking on SEMO Southeast Missouri State. 2.5-point spread for this one. -145, run back of +125 for SIU. SIU coming in 5-5, 3-1 in the Ohio Valley Conference play, coming off of a win versus Eastern Illinois. And SEMO coming in 4-10, 2-6 in the Ohio Valley Conference, and coming off of losses versus UT Martin and Moorhead. And I think this is another one where I feel like this one's pretty clear cut and dry. We're going with a dog on this one, plus 2.5, and potentially on that plus 125 money line. We're going with Edwardsville to cash here. My model has them winning by 4.6 points, so we're getting a solid 6.1 points of value on this line. So we're going with SIU Edwardsville over Southeast Missouri State. Next, we have a matchup in the American Conference. We've got Houston taking on Tulane. It's a 17-point spread, 17.5 point spread, minus 2,000 for Houston, plus 750 for Tulane. And these two teams are definitely on two ends of the spectrum for the conference. Houston has solidified themselves in the top spot of that American Conference. Tulane, not so much. They're second to last. Only team behind them is ECU. They are 1-4 in the American Conference. Tulane 6-4 overall. Houston coming in 13-1, 8-1 overall. Tulane coming in on a 2-game losing streak versus Temple and Houston. Houston coming in on a 6-game win streak versus Temple, Tulsa, UCF, and Tulane, their 4 most recent wins. And I think the hotter team, the better team, dominates in this game. We're going with Houston minus 17.5. I know that's a lot of points to lay, but I'm not worried. My model has Houston winning by 24.4 points. So we are getting a solid 6.9 points of value on this line. So we're going with Houston minus 17.5 versus Tulane. Next, we have Sacramento State heading to Eastern Washington. 9-point spread, minus 465 from back of plus 375 for Sacramento State. And Sacramento State coming in 6-3, 4-2 in the Big Sky Conference, coming off of a win versus Montana. Eastern Washington is 4-6, 3-2 in conference play, coming in off a win against Northern Colorado. And this is another one where I think that Eastern Washington is just the better team, and they're going to get it done here. Cover the minus 9. My model has them winning by 15.9 points, so we're getting 6.9 points of value on that line. So we're taking Eastern Washington minus 9 versus Sacramento State. All right, we have 2 more games to go tonight. We have two 11 o'clock games. Our first one is Cal versus Arizona State. 8-point spread, minus 365 for Arizona State, plus 295 run back for California. Arizona State coming in 4-8, 1-5 in the Pac-12 on a 6-game losing streak versus Arizona, Oregon State, USC, and UCLA. And California 7-10, 2-8 in the Pac-12, coming off back-to-back losses versus UCLA and USC. So these are 2 pitiful bottom of the barrel Pac-12 teams. But we're going with Arizona State here. I still think they're the better team, and they can get it done here. My model has them winning by 15 points, so we're getting 7 points of value on this line. They are our top value of the day. So we are going with Arizona State minus 8 versus California. And our final matchup of the day, this line has actually moved half a point. We have New Mexico traveling to Fresno State. It is a 7-point spread, minus 300 for Fresno State, plus 250 for New Mexico. New Mexico coming in 5-9, 1-9 in the Mountain West Conference, coming off of a loss versus San Jose State. Fresno State is 5-6, 3-6 in the Mountain West Conference, coming off 3 straight losses versus Boise State and 2 against Nevada. And my model has this basically a pick'em. So we're going with New Mexico here, plus 7 and potentially that plus 250 on the money line to get it done. My model actually has New Mexico winning by 0.2 points. So that plus 250 is definitely live in my head. So we're going to be going with New Mexico plus 7 versus Fresno State. All right, let's go quickly recap over our plays for today, and then we're going to head on out for this video, we have Michigan State +3 versus Rutgers. We have Kansas -14.5 versus TCU. We have SIU Edwardsville +2.5 and that +125 against Southeast Missouri State. We have Houston -17.5 versus Tulane. We have Eastern Washington -9 versus Sacramento State. Arizona State -8 versus California. And New Mexico +7 versus Fresno State. If this information was helpful to you guys all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below and be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn your post notifications on so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at All Sports Bets. We have a wide range of sports, as you can tell right here, from the NFL, college basketball, college football, UFC, esports, NBA, WNBA, NHL, and MLB. So we have tons of content on this channel coming out each and every day. So be sure you're subscribed and have those notifications on. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And let's cash some tickets tonight in college basketball. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.